Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
This is not a drill.
Repeat, this is not a drill.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. When you got an international call, you got to sometimes take it. I was going 45, 45. Get the 45-second up. It's no big deal, though. We're here, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, thank you so much for joining the show. Let's do us a favor right now. Let's like and share. Let's see what we got out there. All right, so the Yo Pasta YouTube is not, nobody gets the bell for that. Nobody knows what's going on. So I'm going to need you guys and need your help to like and share. Get it on out there. Let's do that right now. Let's take the time together. Share it on X. Share it on Facebook. Share it wherever people like to share your stuff or look at your stuff. Take a look at it. Let's get it done. Salman Ahmad, Dr. Salman Ahmad will be joining us very shortly. You might remember him if you saw me doing some of Jimmy Dore's shows. I actually was one of my first guests on. You know that I've always been intrigued with the international affairs. Foreign policy is one of the things I love to go to. And right now, you know, I was talking to a couple smart guys last night. We were having some supersad, some prosciutto, some cheese, some wine. We were actually having a little sambuca and toasting to Robert Duvall. If you don't know who Robert Duvall is, he was Tom Hagen in The Godfather. So we wanted to have like a nice little send-off for him. But then I started talking about Pakistan. I started talking about Imran Khan. And these are very educated people out here. They were in the dark because our mainstream media never talks about these things, even though our foreign policy apparatus, our deep state, our intelligence apparatus, they are always getting involved with these countries, especially Pakistan. One of my friends told me a long time ago, who was from the border, around the border of India, Pakistan, he says, it's very interesting. In India, the prime minister controls the military. In Pakistan, the military controls the prime minister. And there is some validity to that statement, kind of whatnot. But if you don't know who Imran Khan is, and when Imran Khan was president, and I know he wasn't crazy about Narendra Modi, but I did think for a second, all right, these aren't two elites. These are people, once again, Imran Khan was a cricket player, right? Narendra Modi, I believe, was a candle or a tea. I can't remember which one, salesman. In other words, these weren't necessarily the chosen people. I said, if there's ever a chance for peace with these two countries, this would be the time. And I certainly thought with Imran Khan, one of my favorite leaders out there, just watching him speak, what he wanted to do. He wanted to make sure that the basic necessities were provided for his countrymen out there. You know, even though he would kind of label it a welfare state, it was all about taking care of the most vulnerable out there. And I thought that was amazing about Imran Khan. Now, if you don't know the story about Imran Khan, is that he went to visit Vladimir Putin in Russia, and the day he visited him, that's when they started their special military operation, whatnot. He took a lot of flack for that, Imran Khan. You know, once again, he was talking to Vladimir Putin and the Russian Federation about trade and imports and exports and what they could do. Once again, you know, he was trying to stay neutral, but he was bastardized. Eventually, a coup led to his demise, and he was taken out. So to unpack what's going on in Pakistan, what's going on with Imran Khan, what's going on with the state of Pakistan as far as the military is concerned, what's happening in the United States as far as the people who are coming over that represent the current government right now. Because to me, I have a big question is, why haven't the people rushed the prison and broken out Imran Khan? I thought by this time, when you see a lot of Imran Khan protests, thousands of people, they love him, they adore him. So to unpack this, we went and got a good close friend of his, a guy who used to play cricket with him. And I love this guy. This guy knows how to rock with the guitar and the stethoscope at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Salman Ahmad is with us. How you doing, doctor?
Hey, Pastor. So good to see you, and thanks for
You're
having
on
me on the
mute.
show.
You're muted, my friend.
Am I on mute? No, I'm not on mute. I'm good.
Can't hear him. Can we hear him? Is that me or?
I can hear him. I'm not sure what's up with you.
I can't hear him. I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Listen, Jayme, let's put a banner there. Very simple. What the heck is going on with what's going on in Pakistan? And let Doctor just let it rip. Doctor, you were good friends with Imran Khan. You played cricket with him, I believe, in college, right?
Yes.
What was his nickname for you again?
Logie.
Logie, that's right. I think when you came on Jimmy Dore's show, and you were my first guest out there. Remember, Jimmy, I know this is not in your wheelhouse, but I know this guy, Dr. Salman Ahmad. I'd love to bring him on. I think I called you Logie. So
I called you Pastor.
Right? Are you in New York right now or no?
I am in New York. Yeah, yeah. We've had crazy snowstorms, and this is where I grew up. And I started a garage band when I was in high school, and then formed. When I studied medicine, after I graduated, I started a band called Junoon, which became South Asia's biggest rock band. Um and Imran Khan, as you mentioned, the prime minister, uh, his is an interesting story because he was one of the greatest of all times in cricket. For the people who are watching, cricket is followed by like zealots. Over 2 billion people watch it. Right now, as we speak, the T20 World Cup is taking place in India and Sri Lanka. And today, Pasta, 14 of the greatest of all times captains of Australia, England, India, West Indies, Australia, they have come out and made a statement saying that we want to save the life of Imran Khan, who's been in solitary confinement since August 5th, 2023. And he's almost nearly lost his right eye because this current general, Asim Munir, is poisoning him, torturing him. And this general is arriving in Washington, D.C. tomorrow. But just to bring everybody into the now, uh, these cricketers, these captains, these are the greatest captains of all of these teams, past and present, who are saying, urgent emergency, save Imran Khan.
Yeah. And to rehash, I remember watching a video. I believe that his team, when he was representing Pakistan, they won the World Cup. I believe it's what it's called. I remember him putting a tiger on I think it was his shirts. And I think that the message was to his teammates is we have to be a tiger right now. And they won the World Cup, and it was an amazing story. I mean, I'm into sports. I love athletics. I got to be honest with you. I don't watch a lot of cricket. But hearing Imran Khan speak, it was kind of amazing. And he also had, I believe, he had relationships, wives with somebody from the West at one point and whatnot. Can you tell us a little bit about when he took power of the country, what changes he tried to make, so we can just get an idea of really who Imran Khan is, as opposed, compared to how he wants to the last presidents and how he wanted to treat his citizens?
Sure. So, in terms of fame, power, wealth, this guy in 1996 was the most famous. I mean, if you just Google the word Imran Khan, you'll see that back in 1996 he had won the World Cup in Australia, beating England, which was the best team in the world. Pakistan won, and he retired after winning the World Cup. And then he built a cancer hospital for the poor. This guy is the cross between Zoran Mamdani and Bernie Sanders. I mean, the same outlook on life. Lifting up the lowest, the most neediest. So he built a cancer hospital which provided free treatment for 75% of the people. And then he became even more popular because of his humanitarianism, and he came into politics in 1996 without any political background. He's just an athlete, right? But an intelligent guy, graduated from Oxford University, married Jemima Goldsmith, Jimmy Goldsmith's daughter. This is also in the 90s. But once he comes into politics, it takes him nearly 22 years to become the prime minister of Pakistan in 2018. When he becomes the prime minister, he understands that, wait a minute, I'm being controlled by the generals. You have no real power. And he tried his best to teach the generals that your job is to be in the barracks, protect the borders, not interfere in politics. But the generals have been there for 78 years. They decided he's got to go. So they toppled him in April 2022. For the last 4 years, he has been going through hell because the generals wanted to kill him. 3 assassination attempts, Pasta, one of which I was with him in a helicopter, where both the engines were failing. We had to make an emergency landing, get this, on a cricket pitch, and we survived. He got shot, 4 bullets in his body, survived. They threw him into solitary confinement on August 5th, 2023, and he's in there now, and they're slow poisoning him. And they're not allowing his doctors to see him, not allowing his sisters to see him, not allowing his lawyers to see him, or his party workers. So, right now, on this day that we are speaking, this is a pretty critical day because the general who's done this to him, Asim Munir, is a warmonger and a psychopath. He's coming to meet President Trump tomorrow. And we are, as Pakistani Americans, reaching out to anyone in the United States, including the Trump administration, save Imran Khan. Get him to see his doctors. Get him to see his family. His two boys, Qasim and Suleiman, they're in London. They're not giving them visas to come and see their dad. So anybody out there who's watching this, raise the issue that Imran Khan should have immediate humanitarian care.
Yeah. So why haven't the people, right? So we understand that they understand what's going on. Like you've talked about, the generals have been controlling Pakistan for years. My friend told me, he goes, he lived on the border. He was born on the border of India and Pakistan. He said in India, prime minister controls the military. Pakistan, the military controls the prime minister. It seems to me that the people understand this. They stand behind his party, which is the PTI, correct? They stand behind his party. They stand behind Imran Khan's party. They stand behind Imran Khan. Why haven't, at this point, they haven't just stormed the gates, broke into the prison, have this guy released, overturn the military, and reinstall him with a new constitution for power in Pakistan? I mean, I understand you guys, Imran Khan, I don't want to say you guys, I know that you're close to him and you're friends with him, but you've worked the courts, you've worked the law. You tried to go abide and figure out how do we get him reinstalled or at least free to maybe run again and whatnot. It hasn't worked, and it's obviously there's Western influence behind it, right? We found out that the West was talking like, "Hey, man, get rid of this guy. We don't want him there. He's not a puppet. Get us back one of our generals." So we can start billing you and putting you austerity measures while we send you weapons and whatnot. We don't need somebody who's going to be, because I don't think you made a good comparison with Mandami and Bernie Sanders. He's not like that. From now on, you got to refer to him as the Fred Hampton of Pakistan. He's trying to feed the poor people there.
Yeah.
Why not, by this time, have you guys not stormed the gates to reinstall him as the leader?
And here's the reason. So February 8th, 2024, which was the last election, the army chief had everything. He had thrown him in jail, blocked him from campaigning, blocked him from being shown on TV. And he thought this, just like all the other elections, this is going to be rigged. But people came out, Pasta, and became too big to rig. They 70% plus, the New York Times story is that a guy who's in solitary confinement wins an election because the people came out and voted. So that incensed the generals, and then they, started playing hardball. They started killing people. On 26th of November, snipers shot dozens of peaceful protesters who wanted Imran Khan to come out of, to get him out of jail. They killed him. They tortured people. It's just 4 days ago, there was a huge suicide blast in a mosque in Islamabad. That's the capital of Pakistan. And, hundreds of people were injured. Several dozen died. So Pakistan has become a North Korea right now. That people are afraid to even use the name of Imran Khan, fearing that it's going to go up to the Gestapo and they're going to be taken out, or the family will be taken out. As you know, that's what they did to my sister and my brother-in-law, who are American citizens living in Pakistan. They abducted them and they tortured my brother-in-law and told him, tell me to shut up. Tell him to give us his Twitter password. And I refused. And I said, I told my family, tell them I have no contact with you. So transnational repression, which is a big deal right now. This is when a state like Pakistan or other states in the world, they go after U.S. citizens by either targeting us here on U.S. ground or picking our relatives up in Pakistan and torturing them or eliminating them. So we're in a state of great upheaval. Pakistan is like North Korea, and the only way out really is if the Trump administration and the president intervenes to save Imran Khan's life.
So what happens now then, right? All right. What do we have? Who's coming to America? What is his position? What is he coming to ask for? Let's start right there and then let's answer the question, what do we do moving forward? Because this looks like if Imran Khan goes, it seems like the movement might just die altogether for Pakistan to have any form of national sovereignty. Because this is what it is to me. With Imran Khan, Pakistan finally had national sovereignty. They don't have it anymore when the generals are in charge. So who's coming to America? What is he asking for? And then what happens next?
Yeah, and Pastor, for your viewers, Pakistan is the nuclear armed state of 250 million people. And Imran Khan is anti-war, anti-nukes, and wanted, a peaceful coexistence with India. India is 7 times larger than Pakistan. Yet the generals are warmongers. They never want that. Last year, there was a skirmish between India and Pakistan, which President Trump had to intervene and call a ceasefire. Now, the general who's coming to Washington tomorrow night, he came to DC last June and said to the president, President Trump, look, if you keep me in power and don't say anything about Imran Khan, I'm going to deliver everything to you. I'm going to deliver Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan, which he cannot do. I'm going to deliver you oil, which Pakistan doesn't have. He's a snake oil salesman, but he was able to attract Trump's interests that keep me in power and I will serve you forever. This is what's happening tomorrow. He's coming with his puppet prime minister, Sharif, and they're going to say, hey, you want us to go to Gaza? You want us to go and police Gaza? We're ready to do it. Whatever you want us to do, if you want us to give you a Nobel Peace Prize, we'll make one, we'll give it to you. They are kissing Trump's ass right now,
Yeah.
just so that Trump will save them from Imran Khan.
Where does the kingdom stand on this, right? When I say the kingdom, I mean the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, right? Because Pakistan does have an alliance with Saudi Arabia, right? We can't, if people who understand Pakistan, they understand that. Where do they stand on this? Is there any help from, what's his name? Oh my God.
Yeah, MBS.
MBS, yeah.
Yeah,
Mohammed bin Salman, please.
right.
Yes.
So, Pasta, Pakistan has wanted to be a democracy, like a real democracy, like India, right? But all these countries in the Gulf countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, what are they? They're basically
Monarchies. Yeah.
monarchies.
Yeah.
They don't want to see a populist guy like Imran Khan strengthen Pakistan's democracy. They would much rather work with the iron fist of a fascist authoritarian, Asim Munir. So they're in with him.
Yeah. So they're pretty much going along with the West. It's a very interesting situation. At times, they seem like they oppose things, but at the end of the day, that theocracy, that monarchy will go along with whatever the West tells them to do. And MBS, this picture was on the wall with the Epstein Island. A lot of people don't understand that how deep this stuff goes. And we even talked beforehand. There's a little connection between Epstein and Pakistan. Why don't you talk really quickly, briefly, just so we can get this, because that's the news right now. You got to stay within the news and the cycle. Epstein is hot. What were the relationships between Epstein and Pakistan? And then we'll go to the final questions and wrap up the show.
Well, the emails that have come out between Epstein and so many other people, he has said that when Imran Khan became prime minister, he said, man, danger, bad news, because Imran Khan, according to Epstein in his email, said he's more dangerous than Xi of China, Putin of Russia, Erdogan of Turkey, and Khomeini of Iran. And he also said that, I'm going to have dinner with the assassinated Prime Minister of Pakistan's son. Who was that? Benazir Bhutto. There's no other assassinated Prime Minister of Pakistan whose son is still alive or in politics. But so there's a nexus between Epstein and Pakistan, in which he had interests of who should run Pakistan. And when Imran Khan was the prime minister, Epstein hated it. He said in 2018 that this guy is bad news.
Yeah, it seems like that's something that you like, and a lot of Pakistani people might like, because it's like you see how good he was, how danger he was to their power, because he was going to pretty much, from what I've seen from Imran Khan as a Westerner, paying attention to it and talking to people like yourself, is that Imran Khan was in a way, and he was doing it very strategically, ready to throw over the table and say enough is enough. Let's become a democracy moving forward. Like he was ready. That's what Imran Khan said to me, and his story too as well. So what happens now? If we're not going to storm the jail, and there are two places where I was like, in Peru with Pedro Castillo, where when any Peruvian president tries to change their constitution to nationalize their lithium, CIA comes in and that person is thrown in jail. If there's any two countries where I thought that they should storm the jails, free their leaders, it was Peru and Pakistan. What happens next now? Because you have the puppet coming. Obviously, Donald Trump will play ball, right? I don't think Pakistan's on Donald Trump's mind. He's got way other things to talk about. Like I said, Pakistan's never mentioned in any mainstream media, let alone any, I saw a little clip on RT the other day. What happens next? If I understand that they're killing people, you mentioned names and whatnot, what do we do then? What does the people of Pakistan do?
So, Pastor, here's the bottom line. You have a nuclear armed country of 250 million people who love Imran Khan. 90% of them voted, right? And if he dies in jail, which he said today to his sister, just before I spoke with you, I was speaking to his family, and he told his sister that the general has planned to kill me, to eliminate me. So if he dies in jail, that country is going to destabilize, and it's a nuclear armed country. You got Taliban right next doors in Afghanistan. You have India with nuclear weapons. The one thing that we can do through the West is a humanitarian relief to immediately say that this guy should be able to see his doctors, meet with his family and his sons, and if need be, taken out from Pakistan and brought to the United States or wherever he can get proper treatment for his eye. He's dealing with this. It's called the occlusion of the retinal vein. And he's going blind. And if he dies in jail, all hell will break loose for all the region.
So my last final question, Doctor, would be if in fact Pakistan was able to obtain their national sovereignty, let's just say for argument's sakes, Imran Khan, one of his successors, they become a true democracy and they get their military ties cut off from the West and whatnot. How can Pakistan survive? What exports do they have? How can they thrive as a country? I mean, he wanted to make Pakistan a welfare state where everybody has medicine, infrastructure, roads, schools. How does Pakistan survive moving forward if they were able to get to their national sovereignty?
That's a great question, Pasta. His whole vision was that you monetize what other countries do. What do they have? Pakistan has the greatest tourism, the highest mountain peaks, and people from all over the world can tour there. It's a beautiful country, beautiful mountains, beaches, and then also religious tourism for all the faiths, Buddhist faiths, Sikh, Christian, Islamic, Hindu. All of those places are there preserved, so you can monetize it through that. Then Pakistan has minerals, copper, gold, but with the general sitting on top, they are just a mercenary cartel who keep all of that, all of that in their hands, and they make a deal with the West, like they're trying to make with, President Trump. Just keep us in power, and they keep the poor even poorer, and the 1% elite gets even rich. So Imran Khan was saying that we can change this whole thing, that we can bring the poor out of poverty, and be a country like India, for example, which is the biggest democracy in the world. Here's a neighbor which would be at peace with its neighbor, so you wouldn't have the danger of nuclear war either. And you have cricket and tourism and minerals and all the other stuff that people do to basically make a country prosperous and peaceful.
Final bonus question. If I go to a Pakistan restaurant, what should I order? What's the one dish I should order? Tell me, let our audience know. It is pasta to go. And by the way, what's your favorite pasta? I know you're in New York. There's a lot of Italian pastas out there. I know you probably love it. Tell me what your favorite pasta is, and then tell me what I should order if I go to a Pakistan restaurant.
Yeah, man. So I just had the excellent dinner with my friend at this Italian place in DC, Camilo. And I had, look, I'm simple. I had pizza, man.
Oh God.
But I love spaghetti bolognese. I love all of that
Bolognese,
stuff.
right?
But,
That's
yeah.
I make the bolognese the best. What do I order at a Pakistan restaurant?
Oh, you gotta have biryani, man. Chicken biryani or vegetable biryani, depending on what you. Once you have biryani, you're hooked for life. You're addicted to Pakistan.
Could you spell that for the audience?
Biryani, biryani. Try the
Biryani.
chicken biryani. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Where can some people hear your music, and let us know anywhere else they can follow the stories on Imran Khan? I know there was so much stuff going on Twitter, but there's so much going on in the world. Unfortunately, it's become a side story and people aren't paying attention to it.
Pastor, so right now, New York Times, BBC, German. If you just Google Imran Khan news, you'll see New York Times saying that the generals aren't allowing him his doctors to see him. So that's how you can get on Imran Khan. On Junoon, if you just go to our YouTube channel, Junoon, you'll see a song called Sayone, Sayonee, is over 51 million views on that. We have a huge South Asian audience. Please like, subscribe, and check out the rock guitar also on Junoon.
Dr. Salman Ahmad, good friends of Imran Khan. Logi is his nickname. When I get out to New York, I'm going to go see him, and you guys should too. Thank you so much for joining us, Doctor.
Let's get together for some pizza and biryani soon.
Well, definitely. I'm going to take you. Do you like fish?
I love it.
All right. So one of my favorite pasta sauces is puttanesca because it's made with a little anchovies. It's very, very salty, but I know you'll love it too, Doctor.
Puttanesca. All right, man.
Puttanesca.
Okay, brother.
Thank you for joining us. Guys, that's the first interview today of 3. We're going to have 2 other guests today. We're going to talk about Somalia today when our guest comes on, Boya J. Farah. And then later on, we're going to talk about Venezuela as well. So thank you for joining us. Like, share, subscribe, guys. We're picking it back up here at Pasta to Go. And right now, it is time for Pasta to Go, but he'll be right back in about 25 minutes. Thank you.